follow your dreams. We've all heard that. Few of us have actually tried that. Angie is one who has. This single mother of 4 risked it all to pursue a dream, and she found success that was far beyond her wildest imaginations.
It all started as a dream, literally. Angie, a single mom of 4, had a dream in 2014 that changed her life. Angie dreamed about a beauty device which left sparkling crystals in her hair. In a later dream, she says God told her to make that product. After 4 years of hard work, 0 investors, and many obstacles, Angie came up with a device that really adorns hair or other items with tiny gems. She tells of her long journey to incredible success in her book, Blinger.
Well, Angie is joining us now. And Angie, welcome to the club. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you.
Tell us about the 2 dreams that you had in 2014.
Yeah, so the first dream was about the product. I had a dream about the product, which is this now. This isn't what it looked like in my dream. And I was so excited. And what this does is it puts, I'll just do one real quick. It puts crystals in your hair. And so I loved it. I remembered it. And woke my daughter up and said, I got to stick some rhinestones in your hair. And then a few weeks later, I had a second dream. And in that one, God said, I want you to make this product. Yeah. And that kicked off an amazing journey for me and my children.
You know, some people have dreams and that's the end of it. They don't really know what to make of it. How did you know that these 2 dreams were from God?
Well, I didn't question it. I mean, I don't know. I believe that was him. And I had also been praying. I felt that I was in a good place in my life. After it took a long time to get there because I'd gone through a pretty tough divorce, but I'd been praying, asking for God. I wanted to make sure I fulfilled my purpose with God. And so I had been praying for him to use me, where he needed me. And I didn't question it. I never questioned it. And I never thought it wasn't from him.
That's pretty amazing because it was a 4-year journey from idea to invention. And there were many obstacles you write about in your book that you faced along the way. How did you stay strong with your decision to do this?
Well, I never once thought of quitting. And I was knocked down a lot, as my dad would say. I was put to the mat and I kept getting up and kept getting up. And I was determined, and I was going to answer the call. I was going to finish this. It wasn't ever a question. And, it's, to me, he was my business partner. So how could I fail? It didn't matter that I felt he had made a mistake choosing me many times, but I was going to keep going until I got it right. So that's what I did.
Speaking of getting it right, at what point did you realize that Blinger was going to actually be a success?
Yeah, I always thought it was a great idea. And of course, with him as my business partner, I was like, of course, it's a great idea. And then, but when I took it to Toy Fair in 2018, and this was after, once I got to prototype, I had used all my, I had taken out all these loans. There were no more loans to get. All my savings was gone. So I went to my kids and I said, what if we sell the house and we'll live in an apartment for a year or 2, and then I'll just build the tool myself in China. And of course they were like, what? But my oldest said, you got to do it, Mom. And I did. And even at that moment, only I thought it was a great product. No one else had confirmed this for me. And a few days before Toy Fair in Dallas, my product arrived from China, like 2 days before. And I took it to Toy Fair, and everybody loved it. They wanted all the women there that, look at the toys, wanted it in their hair. And it was a huge success. And it seemed overnight to everyone there.
Yeah, it's never overnight, is it?
No.
Well, Blinger is now a multi-million-dollar product, but you say that there's a bigger meaning than just making money. What's your bigger meaning? Well,
I think for me, success, a lot of people tie success with money. And I get that. We need it. It's like oxygen. We need it to survive and live. But I think success really in our lives is through meaning and purpose. I think that's when we feel most fulfilled in our lives.
Yeah.
And for me, my biggest goal with the book, the book to me is really why I was given the dream, in my opinion, was to share what he's done in my life, and not this, and I don't mean in this way. I mean in that I'm able to, I had something happen just recently, and my daughter was praying and I was praying. I didn't know she was worried. She didn't know I was worried. And it was on a plane that I was on, and it was about to take off, and we were on the runway, and we both, unbeknownst to each other, had felt nervous about that plane taking off. And we had both prayed probably at the same time. And the plane, while we're waiting on the runway, caught one of the engines caught on fire. And we never took off. We had to deboard and get on another plane. And I thought, how amazing that my daughter has that someone to turn to other than me or her dad, to get reassurance and to have someone to rely on. And I think that's so important for so many people right now that are struggling, that I want them to know what God can do in their lives and how he can bring them peace and fulfillment and success in their everyday lives.
Well, that message runs clearly through your book, Blinger, An Entrepreneur's Faith-Based Journey. I want you to know, Angie, I have a blinger.
Good.
Yep. Everybody that's got girls in their family, you need a blinger. But this book is fascinating. If you've ever had a thought about creating something, Angie really shares with you the process. It's not simple, it's doable, but boy, you better have stamina and fortitude. The book is available nationwide. Angie, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much, Terry. I appreciate this.
Bless you.
Thank you. You too.
What a great story. I confess I don't have a blinger, but that's a good story.